Hello and welcome to my channel where I share with you my top tips on how to look good, feel good, and smell good from the inside out. My name is Nani, and in today's video we are talking all about smelling good. So fellas, I want to go ahead and share with you some of my favorite winter fragrances for men. And these are all fragrances that are varying from like casual wear, as well as some fragrances that you can go for like a suit and tie type of vibe as well during this winter season. Now, of course, if you enjoy fragrance videos, make sure that you go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. Make sure that you share this video with someone that you think would enjoy it. And of course, also make sure that you subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I do have 8 fragrances to share with you guys, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now, the first fragrance that I want to mention to you is going to be pretty much a scent that I absolutely just love in general. I love this as a year-round scent, but I do feel like during the winter season, it definitely thrives on the skin. It's very sensual and sexy all at the same time. And I did do a complete review on this scent as well. So I did do an exclusive fragrance review on this. I will have a card pop out here as well if you guys are interested in getting more information as far as like price and how it lasts on the skin and all that good stuff. And the fragrance that I'm referring to is Hugo Boss Bottled Intense. I love this scent. I think that every man should definitely have this scent in their collection 100%. It's just so good. It's so sexy, so bold, so creamy, so sweet and seductive, and it's masculine but sensual all at the same time, and I absolutely enjoy that about this fragrance. It's very kind of like creamy. It has like a vanilla note in it, but it's still very like spicy and woody and herbaceous. It's a very masculine scent. This is going to pretty much like radiate off of your skin, and it leaves the most beautiful, sexy, seductive scent trail I have ever smelled in my life, and it's just so good. I feel like for whatever reason, every time I smell this scent, I think of winter. I feel like I think of a nice winter coat. I think of a nice crisp button down. And like, I don't know, there's something about this scent that just smells amazing to me. And I feel like it would definitely thrive during the winter season. And this is going to be a very long-lasting scent as well, because I feel like there are some fragrances that even if they smell good during the winter, they don't really cut through the cold weather as well, and they don't last on the skin. But this is definitely one of those scents that will continue to last on your skin. It sits close enough to your skin where you will continue to smell yourself all day, but it still leaves this beautiful scent trail around you as well, so everyone else will smell you and will definitely compliment you. This is a very sexy but seductive fragrance. I absolutely love this. So again, that's going to be Hugo Boss Bottled Intense, and this is the Eau de Parfum. Now, the next fragrance that I want to mention to you is one that I think definitely has a little bit of a gourmand type of element to it, but it's not feminine at all. It definitely is still a very masculine scent, and I feel like this would definitely thrive during the winter season as well as date night or even like a suit and tie type of situation. I did do a complete review on this, so I will have a card pop out here as well, and that's going to be this right here, which is Thierry Mugler's, what is the name of this scent? Thierry Mugler's Angel Men Pure Malt. That's the name of this one. And this is a 3.4 fluid ounce bottle. I do like the packaging of it. I think that it's different, but aside from the packaging, the juice inside is really unique, very different. And I feel like that goes without saying when it comes to Thierry Mugler fragrances, because they do have a very unique, distinctive type of brand. This is one of those fragrances that I will definitely tell you to test out on your skin. Do not get scared or do not get intimidated about using this scent, just because I feel like the longer that it lasts and lingers, it does turn a little bit more woody. This is considered, I believe, an oriental fragrance as well. And this has malt in it. It has woody tones, notes, and it also has like fruit. And I think the fruit is a pear. Now, I don't really get a fully like sweet gourmand type of vibe with it, but it does have a little bit of a spicy, sweet, woody type of element, which makes it a little bit more edible, but it's still a very wearable, sexy, masculine scent all at the same time. So I hope that that makes sense. And it does, as I mentioned, the longer it lasts on your skin, the woody notes definitely become a little bit more prominent. It doesn't overtake the malt. The malt is definitely a very consistent scent throughout the time that this is going to last on your skin. But the woody notes, I feel like, definitely help to make it a little bit more masculine. I absolutely love this scent, and I do feel like this would be a really great scent as well during the winter seasons. So again, that's going to be Thierry Mugler's Y'all know the name. Thierry Mugler's Pure Malt. Now the next fragrance that I want to mention to you is one that I don't really hear a lot of people talking about at all. I'm not really sure as to why that is, but I do feel like this is definitely one that would work really great during the winter season as well as like fall and winter. Even this would be a great nighttime scent year round. And that's going to be by Cartier Declaration, and this is the Perfume version. And I really like this scent. I feel like this isn't an overly strong, pungent, kick in the face type of scent, but it does still have very kind of like oriental type of elements to it. And I do like the fact that it's still very kind of like seductive, but still like an everyday seductive oriental scent. It has like this, I was gonna say woody. It has a little bit of like a soapy type of element, which I feel like makes it a lot more wearable year round. And it also makes it wearable as in like an everyday scent. But I do also like the fact that it does have some notes in it that are a little bit more of an oriental, which is the cinnamon. So let me spray this. It's a nice sprayer as well, so. Yeah, there's something about it that just smells a little bit soapy. It smells a little bit mature, a little bit like a grown man type of sexy. It smells like you do have a little bit of a cinnamon, spicy type of note in there as well, which I feel like would definitely help it to thrive a lot more as well during the winter season, because it's not like a classic everyday scent, because it does have a little bit of an edge, a little bit of a sexiness to it because of the spicy woody notes in this. I do really enjoy this. I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this, so I do think that this is a little bit of an underrated scent. The only thing that I will say is that it doesn't last on the skin as long as I'd prefer. This being a parfum, I thought that it would last a lot longer on the skin, but it does last a lot longer if you spray it on your clothes. If you spray it on your clothes, this will definitely linger for hours on end. If anything, it's one of those things that you may have to end up washing your clothes to make sure that the scent gets off. But on the skin, I find that the soapy type of elements, I don't know if it just kind of like cuts through the scent a little bit, but I feel like on the skin it doesn't last as long and it doesn't project as much as I would like on the skin. But on your clothes, it's definitely going to last for a long time, and it does leave a nice kind of like cinnamon spicy type of scent trail. But it's not a cinnamon that's going to choke you out, but it's a very kind of like smooth, creamy, soapy type of cinnamon scent. So hopefully that makes sense. But I absolutely love this scent as well. So again, that's going to be Cartier Declaration. Now the next scent that I want to mention to you, I actually wanted to include it in my date night fragrances, but I wanted to make that list just 5 fragrances. I didn't want it to be super long, although it still was very long. But this is definitely one that I feel like would work well pretty much year round as well. But I do feel like every time I look at this fragrance and I smell it, it just reminds me of winter. I just think of a nice winter coat and just like a very well-dressed man for some reason. So that's going to be Burberry London by Burberry. And this fragrance is absolutely amazing. I really, really think that this is a very nice, affordable, woody, oriental, cinnamon, spice, sweet type of scent. Very, very sexy, very, very sexy. And it just has a very kind of like herbaceous type of nature to it, but it's still creamy all at the same time. I really feel like this is a perfectly blended scent. This doesn't really project as much as some of the other ones that I'm going to mention to you, but I do feel like this does still create a very nice scent bubble, so you will continue to smell it on you. And if you're using it for like more intimate type of gatherings, the woman will definitely smell it. Or even if you're going to an event, like a networking type of event, you will still smell very nice and sexy and seductive without trying too hard. So I absolutely love this, and I don't know what it is, but every time I see this fragrance, I see the packaging, I always think of winter. I just feel like this is a very well-dressed man. This is a very like confident man. This is just like one that doesn't want to be too show-offy, but still knows how to show up and show out when he needs to. So I absolutely love this scent, and it's such a cheap fragrance as well that I feel like every man should definitely have this in their collection. So again, that's going to be Burberry London by Burberry. The next fragrance that I want to mention to you is a unisex fragrance, but I feel like this is one that does kind of lean a little bit more on the masculine side to me anyway, so I feel like you guys would definitely enjoy it. Unfortunately, the brand did close down their doors, but there are still places that you can find it. Do not buy this on eBay or Amazon, just because I feel like a lot of people are trying to kind of like rip people off because of the fact that this brand has closed down their doors. There are still places that you can find this scent. You can find it at places like Marshall's. You can find it at like TJMAXX. I think they do still have this brand at Sephora as well, if I'm not mistaken, but I will make sure to leave the links down below as I mentioned for you guys. But this scent is by Commodity and it's called Tonka. This is the Eau de Parfum. And you guys, this is so good. Like, this is one of those scents, if you love tonka bean, if you love that note, you love that kind of like rich, deeper type of notes, you will absolutely love this. And this will definitely cut through any type of cold weather. It's like a very deep, dark, sexy, seductive, warm, cozy, herbaceous, like just sexy scent. This is so good. I absolutely love tonka bean in fragrances. I've mentioned this to you guys before, and I love it because of the fact that it just kind of gives a fragrance a lot more character, a lot more depth. It helps with the longevity of the fragrances as well. And what I can tell you is that a little bit of this goes a long way. 2 sprays, 2-3 sprays is more than enough. It'll definitely keep you warm. This will definitely last and project beautifully off of your skin, and it will leave a beautiful scent trail as well. I don't really hear anybody really talk about this brand or this specific scent, but this is so good. Like, this is one that if you can find it, and as I mentioned, I will make sure to include links that I can find for you guys, but if you can find it, please pick it up because it is so good. So again, that's gonna be Commodity Tonka. The next fragrance that I want to mention to you is also something that's unisex. It doesn't really get advertised towards like men or women. This is pretty much a unisex fragrance, but I do also feel like this does lean more on the masculine side. And so when I wear it, it just makes me feel very like strong, powerful, bold, sexy, very empowered. So I do feel like these do lean a little bit more on the masculine side. So if you are dressed appropriately, this is not going to smell feminine on you at all. And this is going to be Tom Ford's Black Orchid, and this is the Eau de Toilette version. I absolutely love the packaging. Like, this matte black is everything to me, but I do like this scent, but I feel like every time I smell it, I'm not sure of what I'm smelling. This is a very difficult scent to describe, but what I will tell you is that it's very woody and herbaceous. It's like a very aromatic, herbaceous, woody type of scent. I did mention this as well in my review that I feel like this kind of smells so woody that it kind of smells like a sharpened pencil shavings, if that makes sense. So it's like a very like natural woody type of scent. I hope that that makes sense, but I feel like that makes it more masculine, if anything. Wearing this with a suit and tie would be so sexy during the winter season. It would be sexy in general year round, but I feel like during the winter season, this would definitely thrive on your skin as well. It's a very unique, different scent. I feel like obviously a lot of people know about this fragrance, so you may not smell necessarily unique depending on where you're going. But if you are dressed appropriately, I do feel like this would be a very nice, sexy, seductive scent that you can go for. And it's just very intoxicating and just different, if that makes sense. So again, that's gonna be Tom Ford's Black Orchid. Now the next scent that I wanna mention to you is one that's pretty much one of the most affordable options here. This is a designer fragrance, and this is the Kenneth Cole's Signature Scent. And this is honestly one that I feel like smells more like winter than anything else. I don't really feel like, you can definitely wear this during the fall seasons, but I do feel like this would definitely smell a lot better during the winter time. There's something about this that smells very kind of like herbaceous and woody, but it's not like an oriental. I feel like a lot of times oriental fragrances that has maybe like creamier vanilla type of notes in them do work great as well during the fall seasons, but I feel like something that's a little bit sharper, more herbaceous, more like woody definitely works more during the winter season, and that's pretty much what this fragrance is. I do love the fact that this is a very affordable fragrance, and this is definitely one of those scents that would work pretty much all day long during the winter time. So I do like the versatility of it, so it will basically lead you from day to night time. You can wear this on a casual basis, and you can also wear this during like date night and things like that as well. And I do feel like this is definitely an underrated scent. No, I don't really hear anyone really talking about this fragrance at all. And I think that maybe because a lot of people are more into like higher designer brands or maybe like niche fragrances and things like that. But for a very inexpensive fragrance, you do get a really great value out of this scent. As I mentioned, it's very kind of like herbaceous and woody, but it's more of like a woody, earthy, aromatic type of scent. a little bit more of a sharp scent as well. But I do feel like this is a really nice scent. It does cling on the body very nicely. It does actually leave a beautiful scent trail as well. And it does last a decent amount of time for a very kind of like inexpensive scent. And I do feel like this is definitely a little bit of a unique fragrance as well from the Kenneth Cole collection. I do like another one that I was going to actually mention, which is the Kenneth Cole RSVP. So that could be kind of like another one that you can look into. But I do like this scent. I feel like it's a little bit more earthy and herbaceous, a little bit more of a woody note. And I do feel like those type of fragrances thrive during the winter seasons for sure. So that's gonna be, again, Kenneth Cole's signature. Now, the last fragrance that I wanna mention to you is the boldest of them all, okay? So I don't know what type of man you have to be to wear this fragrance. To be honest with you, if you guys want this fragrance, I will send it to you, okay? Because it's just not necessarily my cup of tea. It's just not, okay? But I'm still recommending it just because I feel like during the winter time is the only time that I can foresee someone really enjoying it. And that is going to be John Varvatos Dark Rebel. This is bold, okay? Like, this is the boldest scent I have probably ever smelled in life. This scent is so unique, so bold, so different, so out there, so pungent, so like, I don't give a F, okay? Like, it's one of those scents where you have to enjoy this fragrance to wear this fragrance. This is not a blind buy scent at all, okay? Don't do it. It's so bold that I don't understand it. This basically is like very, very smoky. It's like a smoky scent pretty much. Once it dries down on your skin, that's pretty much what you get. So a little bit of this definitely goes a long way. I don't really know where you would wear this to, but I do know that this is such a smoky, bold, pungent scent that I feel like this would be like an outdoors scent. It kind of smells like outdoors, if that makes sense. Like, it has a little bit of a sweetness to it, like almost like a grape type of sweetness, but it's a very smoky, herbaceous, bold, spicy type of scent. And I don't know what it is, but every time I smell this as well, I think of like 4th of July when you're grilling outside and you're barbecuing outside pretty much, and you open the actual barbecue and all the smoke. That's pretty much what this smells like. So it's a very bold, pungent, in-your-face type of scent. You have to enjoy this scent for you to actually buy and wear this scent. My husband is like, I don't know what this is, so as I mentioned, if one of you fellas want this, if you know that you like this and you enjoy this and you want this, I will definitely give this away to you guys. Again, my husband hasn't really used it. The only time that I've used it has been to basically test out the fragrance the first time that I got it. I no longer have the box, but as I mentioned, if one of you guys want it, definitely leave a comment down below and I'll definitely send it out to you. But it's a very bold, pungent, in-your-face, very, very smoky type of scent. And that's why I feel like during the winter time is the best time for you to wear it, just because it'll help to kind of like cut through the cold air. But I also feel like the cold air would help to kind of like tone it down a little bit to make it a little bit more wearable. But again, as I mentioned, if you are wearing this fragrance, I feel like this would be an outdoor type of scent. Do not wear this during the hot weather at all, okay? Don't do it. But I feel like this is an outdoor type of scent. So I feel like if you're going to an outdoor activity, this kind of smells like this would be perfect as well if you were going to like a festival. For some reason, I kind of think of like festival vibes where it's like there's food trucks around and there's smoke everywhere. Like, that's the kind of vibe that this basically gives me. But like I mentioned, it's a very deep, rich, like dark, smoky type of scent. And as I mentioned, if one of you want it, you can definitely let me know down below and I will definitely send it out to you. If more than one of you actually say that you want it, I'll just basically do it as a giveaway type of thing. So yeah, just let me know down below pretty much. So that's going to be, again, John Varvatos Dark Rebel. And I believe this is the Eau de Parfum. Let me see. No, this is the Eau de Toilette, and Eau de Toilette or not, this is going to project hugely. This is going to leave a huge scent trail, but as I mentioned, during the winter time, it makes it a little bit more wearable because the cooler weather, the breeze outside will help to kind of like tone it down a little bit, but a little bit of this definitely goes a long way, so this is going to last in your collection for a long time. So that's going to be pretty much the last fragrance that I wanted to mention to you guys. If you guys have any of these fragrances, definitely give this video a thumbs up, and of course, if you have any other recommendations for winter time, let Let us all know down below in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much again for tuning into another video. If you enjoyed this type of content, make sure that you give me a big thumbs up. Share this video with someone else that you think would enjoy it. And of course, make sure that you guys subscribe to my channel for more. Thank you guys so much again. I hope you have an awesome day. God willing, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.